growing up did cause a lot of issues with my identity, especially growing up queer too. It made it quite difficult to understand who I was, where I fit in, and I never really fit in anywhere. And that's kind of how I got into content creation, because I would watch people online and just for the first time ever, I was able to be disconnected from this struggle of like, who am I? I don't belong anywhere.
You know what? We gonna we about to take off. Yeah, you know what? We about to take off.
Welcome back to another episode of Before We Take Off. As always, I am your host, Mufaro. And today, I am joined by Shania Rose, a Brisbane-based content creator whose work spans lifestyle, food, beauty, culture, just about all of it. Shania has built a growing online presence through authenticity, creativity, connection, having worked with many, many brands. She was also selected for Meta and Screen Australia's First Nations Creators Program, which has helped open new doors in her journey as a digital creator. Shania, welcome to the Launchpad and welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I appreciate you taking the time. And for me, it's been amazing. You were definitely one of the first people whose names I wrote down when I was coming up with this show. So I definitely love that we're getting to have this chat right now.
It's really interesting because I feel a bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when you're talking everything out, I'm like, this is crazy.
It's crazy to hear someone else tell you your life, right?
Yeah. It's like someone else knows about the stuff that I've done.
Yeah. Well, hey, I try my best to do my research, but I've been keeping up with you for a long time. Obviously, you and I have had a friendship outside of this for many, many years. So again, that is why you are one of the people who I wanted to kind of sit down with and speak to. And yeah, I'm just really excited for this.
I'm excited and nervous. Let's see how much I slip up. Also, I need to double check. Thoughts, do you allow swearing?
You can say whatever you want. You can say
Okay,
whatever
cool.
you want. Sometimes if it's excessive, I bleep it out only because my mom will be on my back. It's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with you. It's got
Okay,
everything to do
cool.
with me and my relationship with my parents who listen to my show. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, honestly, say whatever you want. That's it.
Sweet.
That's it.
Cool. I swear too much. That's the only thing.
Hey, if that's you, if that's how you express yourself, that's what it is. It is what it is. But hey, let's get straight into it. For people
Mhm.
who are first discovering you for the first time, listening to you on this show, tell your story. Who is Shania? Tell us from the beginning.
Where does one start? So I have autism and ADHD, which I feel like helps give me a bit of personality.
Mm-hmm.
It makes things entertaining. I am Indigenous, so my mob's Birigaba, so I can connect with a wide range of people, I feel like, and that's one of my favorite things when creating content is I can connect with people that are neurodivergent, people that are mob, or I'm a part of the LGBT plus community.
What was it like? I guess, being Indigenous, being part of the queer community, being part of the neurodivergent community. What was it like growing up and being a member of society amongst all of these things that you have going on in life?
Oh, that's such a deep question. It was interesting growing up being Indigenous because I'm quite white passing.
Mm,
So I have a lot of even it still happens today, is you'll have people talk to you thinking that you're white, and they'll say really racist, demeaning things about your people,
mm.
and you're just there what what? And
Yeah.
then it comes out that you're Indigenous, and they're like, backtrack, and you're like, but I just saw your true colors, girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was interesting growing up, and also people always asking to prove it,
Mm,
which growing up did cause a lot of like issues with my identity, especially growing up queer too. It made it
Yeah.
quite difficult to understand who I was, where I fit in, and I never really fit in anywhere. And that's kind of how I got into content creation because I would watch people online and just for the first time ever, I was able to like be disconnected from this struggle of like, who am I? I don't belong anywhere.
Mm.
And I was just immersed in like these funny, silly videos, and I wanted to do that too for other people. And this was all before I knew that you could like make money and stuff from it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it must be crazy kind of, you know, looking like one thing, but then your culture is another thing and kind of navigating how people, I guess, want to treat you when they think of one thing. And then when they realize that, oh, hang on, how did you sort of, how did you come to, I guess, relate to your Indigenous identity growing up?
Well, one thing that was really good was I was always brought up to be proud of my culture, and I was really immersed in my culture, and that's something that a lot of people don't have, which I'm very
Mm.
grateful for. Like a strong core memory of mine growing up was my uncle taught me how to set up, maintain, and look after a fire. And
Yo.
yeah, like ever since then, like to me, fire's been just such a core thing to me. And it
Yeah.
has such like deep meaning too for me that like when I think about my life, I kind of think of it like a fire. Um, so I have had like times where I do get down on myself about like my percentage because that's a big thing of like, oh, well, what's your percentage? Or it'll be
Mm.
like, oh, it's such a small percentage. Why do you bother being proud of it? But my uncles and aunties have always said it doesn't matter how much milk you put in the tea, it's still bloody tea. Like I'm proud of like all my heritages. Like I'm Italian. I'm very proud of that. Like
Yeah.
I don't shy away from anything because like one thing too is like people will be like, "Oh, you're so proud of being Aboriginal. Why aren't you proud of like other things that you are?" And I'm like, I am. Like I love cooking pasta because I'm so Italian. Like I get I'm not connected to like my Italian side in the sense of like I grew up with that culture because I didn't know I was Italian until like later in life because
Yeah.
I don't know my father and stuff like that. So it's actually through food where I have reconnected with like my Italian side, and I've also connected with different cultures through food. Like that's one thing I love about food, and you'll notice it in my content is like food is such a great way to connect with other people,
Yeah.
whether it's like eating or trying new foods. It's just amazing.
So like on that content kind of side, when was that moment for you that you went from just posting casually to I'm going to be a content creator?
But the thing I always say to people is even if you're posting casually, you are a content creator. You're creating content. So that it's from day one, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Like do you feel like making your like, what was your relationship with social media before you started seeing yourself as a creator?
Oh, that it's really tricky because I still have a very complicated relationship with social media. And
Mm.
social media is quite a tricky thing because in some aspects, it's amazing. It connects you with people worldwide. It connects you to things that you would never connect with if like we didn't have social media.
Mhm.
But also it connects you to quite dark things. Like I have had a lot of experience with cyberbullying before I even make content, and it can get you to a really dark place. And something that I always say to my friends that make content is you need to take that time to like step away. And you'll
Yeah.
see it in my content that like I will take really big breaks. And that's when I can find that my mental health is going downhill and I'm like, I need to step away from this. This isn't getting like this isn't fun. And
Yeah.
it's always been something for me to be fun.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
people can tell when you're not having fun. So like and people aren't gonna watch or enjoy it. I like to think my content's very like it makes you forget about a lot of the stuff. Like I don't yes, I'm a little bit political, but I don't focus all my content on political stuff
Mm.
because I do want to be that person that does make you forget about everything bad in the world that's going on because there is so much horrible things going on.
I mean, you're right in that the internet can be a weird place. Like sometimes I'll go on Twitter and I'll just be like, man, people came on this app just to I'll never call it X, by the way.
Yeah,
But
same.
yeah, I'll go on Twitter and I'll be like, people really came on this app just to lie or like misinform or just
Yeah,
straight up bully people. Like it's crazy.
yeah, and like the stuff that gets pushed now, I'm like, how is this allowed online? Like you'll report it and then you'll get like a notification back from like TikTok or Facebook or whatever, and it's like it doesn't go against our guidelines, and meanwhile it's quite literally something that does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And you'll have and I've seen so many horror stories of people who are, you know, probably the most behaved on the social media networks and getting their platforms like suspended and everything. It's quite frustrating.
Yeah, especially because there's quite a few content creators where like this is their like livelihood. And there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that like come from literally nothing, like being homeless and
Mm.
made a platform and is getting money from it and now has been able to get housed and then they get their shit taken away from them. It's
It's crazy.
yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. What would you say, like, looking at your content now, like, what do you feel it says about you?
Um, see, it's tricky because I've recently gone through like a not posting for a while phase.
Mm.
And I was actually going to give content creation up. Like, I wasn't going to post anymore. Like, even just like selfies, I was kind of like, I think I might step away.
Right.
But currently, I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And your podcast was kind of like the thing where I went, well, I'm going to go on this. And I've had a lot of brands reach out to me to work, and I've been like, no, I'm not making content at the moment, or like I might work with a couple of brands here and there.
Mm.
And I'll have people be like, we miss Chaos Kitchen, which Chaos Kitchen is my baby. It's something that I'm most proud of.
I love it.
Um,
I love Chaos Kitchen, by the way.
thank you. Um, and I'm just like, I do miss it, and I'm in a much better headspace. I'm in an amazing relationship. Like whenever I freak out and I'm panicky, like my partner just helps calm me. And I
Yeah.
feel like when I get very self critical, because I'm very self critical, I can turn to my partner. And I feel like that will help me when it comes to content creation. Like if I am over analyzing a video or whatever, I can turn to my partner and be like, what are your honest thoughts?
Mm.
So,
And would you say it's that self criticism that is kind of like the catalyst of you feeling like you wanted to stop for a bit, or?
yeah, I don't know how to explain it. I think it's a mixture of things too, like, because 'cause I've worked with different brands, like, I know I'm not a crazy big influencer, I'm considered a micro influencer.
Mhm.
So, I think it's the experiences I've had with brands and then experiences I've had with some content creators, as well as seeing how some people can flip on you just from, like, the smallest success.
Yeah.
It's kind of made me go like I'm really scared of like what if one I don't do really well and then like people look at me and they're like, "Well, that was cute for you trying, but like
Yeah.
really judgy." And or it's like, what if I do make it really big and it's like, then who do you trust? Or like, what if someone takes advantage of you and all these different things? And it's like, bitch, just fucking do it. Like you
Yeah.
enjoy it. You love doing it. It doesn't matter what other people think as long as you enjoy your content. Like there's stuff that I've posted that I'm like, I don't think anyone's gonna like this, but I enjoy watching it, so
Yeah. Yeah.
have it.
I mean, and that's it, right? There's so many people that I've spoken to on the show, whether they've been musicians or entrepreneurs or anything, and I think that's one of the messages that is very consistent is like you just have to enjoy it. You just have to love what
Yeah,
you're doing. Because at the end of the day, like if it fulfills you, then it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, right?
exactly. And like to being at my grown age, uh a lot of the fear too is like money wise of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
because it does take a lot of time and effort with the content I create. Like there's some content creators where like they just set up a phone and film and it's like one and done, which is great.
yeah,
I wish I could make that content. I'm
yeah,
just too like I know what I like, I know the style. And that takes time. Like when I film Chaos Kitchen, I film for a minimum of like 4 hours, and I have
wow,
two different camera angles plus a mic. So I have 8 hours of footage that I have to like line up, edit down, make sure the audio is all good, and then like you've got all the other stuff too on top of it. So like it takes a long time, and I'm currently not medicated for my ADHD, so it
right,
makes it really hard. Like I was
yeah,
When I got the meta program stuff, I was medicated for my ADHD. And so you can see like that year afterwards, like I was doing really well and I was
mhm,
medicated that whole time. And then I got taken off of my medication. And my biggest fear was I'm going to lose all of my opportunities that I've built over this time. Like I'm going to lose connections that I worked so hard for and everything's going to go to shit and I'm gonna have
yeah,
to restart over, which happened. And now that I'm here, I'm like, well, I've done it before, I can do it again.
hell yeah, hell yeah. How is it kind of, I guess, navigating, you know, ADHD and also just trying to be a creator kind of every day?
It's really difficult
Yeah,
for the sense of like when I don't know how to word it, but like, unfortunately for me, I do need my medication to function like a normal human.
yeah,
And it's something that I get down on myself about a lot because I feel like it in a sense makes me sound like a drug addict when that's not the case. Like this medication helps me be productive like a normal person would be.
yeah,
Making content, like when you're hyper fixated on it, it's great. It's amazing. But when you get into the paralysis, like you are like there have been times where I'm like, yeah, I have to film this video for this brand that I said I would. And then I'll be like, I have to post this today and I still haven't made the content.
yeah,
And so you're just sitting there in fear and you're like, I need to do this, this, this. And you know exactly what you need to do, how you need to do it, but you just can't seem to do it. And it's the most frustrating thing because I, unless you go through it, you don't know how it's like. And you're just like, but just do it.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there are like so many people who are, you know, maybe in similar situations or even have similar diagnoses who want to do things like this, who want to do content or want to do something, but feel like, you know, having ADHD is going to get in their way.
Yeah.
What would you kind of say to those people?
I would say. probably like just start posting things that you enjoy, or like even like you don't even need to post stuff. Like just film yourself doing whatever type of content you want to do, edit
Yeah.
it when you feel like when you feel the like you'll get dopamine from it because we're very dopamine driven. So if you have a dopamine rush, use that dopamine rush to do whatever you need to do. Or if you feel like you could get dopamine from editing a video, then do it. But don't get down on yourself, because when you get down on yourself, that's when the dopamine, like, it goes bye bye. Like, it's
Yeah.
nowhere to be found and you can't do shit. So don't be hard on yourself. If you feel like medication would really help, I'm a strong advocate of like, if medication is going to help you, take that medication.
Yeah.
If whatever's going to help you get through and do the things that you need to do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because, like, like I always say to anyone who asks, which is nobody, but anyone with ears, like if you do nothing else in life, you got to do what you enjoy, like
Yeah,
at the very least. So I totally
you
get
could
that.
die tomorrow and like,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
And like for me, like the last thing I want, right, is for is if it was all over for me tomorrow, like the last thing I want is for anyone in my life to be like, oh man, he really wanted to do this thing and he never got to do it. Or so yeah, I totally agree. Like you just gotta do it when it means something to you and do it for yourself.
yeah, like I really enjoy filming with like my friends and like vlogging and stuff. But it's like
Mm.
when you go out in public, you feel the people looking at you and like people judging you and like, oh, who do they think they are or whatever.
Yeah.
The best advice I've ever been given was people really don't care. Like, you aren't important enough for people to care. And if they do care, it just shows that they don't have much else going on. Like,
Yeah. It's interesting because like I've been watching a lot over the last I reckon over the last year or so, I've been definitely watching a lot more, like, vloggy style
mm,
content, so, like, travel vlogs and even just, like, lifestyle stuff on YouTube. And, like, I always find it interesting, like, the people who do, like, the plane rides and the train rides and all of that, and they just have, like, their camera and they're walking around, uh, on a plane full of people or a train full of
mm,
people or even just in the city, and I'm like, "Man, you guys are confident as hell to be doing that," and, like, they're speaking out loud, and it's just yeah, it's carefree,
yeah, yeah,
but it's amazing. It's really amazing fun.
yeah. I remember so I've been to like Japan and Korea, and every
Mm.
time I've gone, I've always filmed. But like a lot of the content that I filmed, I've never posted. And
No
like,
way.
yeah, to be fair, most of it's literally just me eating, and I'm like, no one wants to see this. Like, um, but yeah, like it's filming in a different country is quite freeing, even just a different city. Like when I go to Melbourne, I feel a lot more comfortable filming than I do in Brisbane, which
Yeah.
is crazy. And I think it's very much the concept of I don't know anyone here. Like I don't owe anyone
Yeah.
here anything. So, but also you don't owe anyone in your hometown anything either. So,
Yeah, true, right? But hey, take me back to like the beginning. Like, what were your early days of making content like?
ooh, I I'm pretty sure I started on YouTube.
Yeah.
I've always been a YouTube girly. Like it has my heart. So I started posting really silly videos. Like, back in like 2015 when like the style was very like jump cut to your face and like
Yeah.
that's my style of editing. Like I love that. K&J is like my favorite YouTubers. Like I love their stuff. Like I'm so devastated they don't make content anymore. But they're
Yeah.
like the main ones that like really got me into like I could do that. But like the only thing is I've never had enough friends to like make the funny, like, questionnaire videos that they do, which
Right,
I've
right,
always
right.
wanted to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started out on YouTube. I somehow grew somewhat of like a following on Instagram, but I never took Instagram seriously. I would only like post photos. I tried getting into TikTok, never really got into TikTok. I'm still trying to get into TikTok, but I feel
Yeah.
old. Like I feel so old on
Like
there. Like
it's past you, like
yeah, like I love scrolling, I love commenting, I'm hee hee haing in the comments. But the second it comes to posting, I feel like a grandma. And I
Oh,
post like a grandma too.
honestly, TikTok, I need someone to give me a crash course. It's left me behind for sure.
But yeah, when I done the Meta stuff, see, the Meta program was what really changed my whole content creation game.
Mm,
So I'll probably talk about that a lot.
yeah.
But yeah, when I done that, it kind of made me go, Instagram, it has some grit to it. It be cooking. So
Mhm.
at the time, they had only just started allowing videos to be posted, and it was like really short. How long was it? Maybe like 30-second videos?
Yeah, 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 when reels were like, yeah, 30 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, and with the whole program thing, okay, I need to kind of give a little bit of backstory. So the whole program, we got a grant, and the grant
Mhm.
was to make content, and we would have to I think we had to make at least 5 videos, and then post all the 5 videos, submit it to this place where like any media made in Australia is sent there and it's like archived. And I think there was something else we had to do, but I can't really remember. So that's where Chaos Kitchen came from. The grant I got, I then doubled, like I put in my own money too to make Chaos Kitchen. Like I basically doubled it plus some to create Chaos Kitchen because where I film it is just a random room in my house. Like it used to be my grandparents' room. So it's
Yeah.
not a kitchen. It's just I
Oh,
have
it's not?
paint. No, I painted the walls, put some cabinets in. That's why I have the induction
Yeah, 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 yeah,
stove.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I'm shocked at the fact that I thought you were in a real kitchen, like, that is amazing, and
Yeah.
that set looks good.
Everyone is always so shocked about that. And I'm really proud of like how it's all set up because one of the girls I'd done the program with, she actually studied set design and stuff like that. So I
Yeah,
asked her for a lot of help on like what would be like really pleasing to the eye and everything, and she helped me with how to make the background look interesting but not busy.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah.
But, like and,
Yeah.
like, the background, it also just looks very, I guess, homely, and again, which is why
Yeah.
people are probably, like, surprised when you tell them it's not a real kitchen, like, it's really well done. It's really
Yeah,
well done.
it's funny because like I spend 4 hours like filming, and then the cleaning time afterwards is like another 2 hours because I've got to take everything out. Like it's a whole situation, but at least I have a fridge in there. So
And going back, I guess, to the beginning, like, where did you find you were confident with the content straight away, or did you take a bit of time getting comfortable?
I've always been so much more comfortable behind a camera. It's really
Yeah, okay.
weird. Like when I'm talking face to face to people, I'm really shy, I'm really intimidated. Like it takes me time to become my loud and bubbly self.
Mm,
Whereas like behind the camera, I think it's very much like I don't think about like, oh yeah, thousands of people could like click on a video that I'm gonna post and see this. I'm like,
yeah,
it's just me and the camera. Where no one's gonna be here, no one's judging me. I can be myself. And I think to being neurodivergent, it's the closest I can be to like unmasking and
yeah,
like
okay,
in a judge-free zone.
yeah,
Like for many years, I actually lost a part of myself with high school. because it's very high masking. You want to be the cool kid and stuff
Mm,
like that. The one thing where like I felt like most myself was when I was filming in high school. And then I kind of lost that for a bit. The meta stuff happened. I started Chaos Kitchen. I had Meta and Screen Australia backing me, and it felt like, damn, like these people like believe in me. I need to believe in myself. And so
yeah,
made Chaos Kitchen. I done the stuff that I needed to for them, but then I continued it on because I loved it so much.
yeah,
And the basis of Chaos Kitchen was taking like native ingredients and putting them in like different dishes.
yeah.
But also I was like, I realized that my cooking skills aren't as good as what I thought. So I was like, I'm gonna be learning how to cook. And I felt like that was really relatable. Like when I was making a carrot cake for my mom's birthday on Chaos Kitchen, I was having a
Yeah.
mental breakdown. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. What am I gonna do? Like, this is my mom's birthday cake. She loves carrot cake. Like, I have no backup plan.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
And I mean, there was one. Did you make like an emu pie or something, or an emu pasta or something like that?
Yeah, it was the emu pie. It was surprisingly bloody delicious. I'll do that again.
I think that was like maybe the first like Chaos Kitchen thing that I'd watched of yours, and I was like, this is hella interesting. First of all, the content is funny, it's great, but also, yeah, you're making an emu pie. That's wild.
Yeah, it was the first time I had ever eaten emu. I
Yeah.
If you ever cook emu, open up all the windows, it stinks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't like I filmed everything in summer. So I had all the windows and everything closed because I had the aircon on. That room stunk for a good month at least. Like I feel like if I go in certain areas of the room, I can still smell that
Is
fucking emu. I'm like,
remnants of emu just in the corner, just
Yeah. If I take a nap in there, I'm going to be dreaming about emus, and it's worse enough we lost that war with the emus.
yeah. They're still haunting. They're still
Yeah.
haunting. That's crazy. And like, I'm curious, and I think you kind of did touch on this before, but like a lot of people want to create content, but sort of like, overthink how it'll be
Mm.
perceived. And did you ever struggle with that? And how did you kind of overcome that?
I still struggle with it. Like, I feel like a lot of that, what are people going to think? Oh, they're going to
Mm,
think this, and this is just, it's yourself. That's your inner voice saying that about yourself. And the best thing that when I get in those headspaces for me to change it back is like, well, let me prove myself wrong, or let me prove other people wrong. Like
yeah.
that's something that like really drives me is spite and like pettiness. Like I am so spite driven that it's a little worrisome.
Yeah.
Like I actually had this really close friend when it comes to like the meta stuff, he was really supportive, like, oh my God, that's amazing. And then I got to work with BBGO, which was, well, it is Korea's #1 food company. I love BBGO. Like I've always been a big fan of BBGO products. So I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, like I get to work with them. Like it was the best feeling ever. And he was so supportive of it. Like he took me, like him and my other friend took me out to dinner for a celebration of it. And
Yeah.
I'm like my friends support me. Like it was just such a unreal moment. And then when I was starting to get other opportunities working with other brands, he like done a 180. It was really bizarre. Like he basically flipped and was like, you wouldn't be anywhere without me. Like I can do what you do, but way better. Like you are stuck at
Yo.
this amount of followers. Like I would be able to do that and get like 100,000 followers like within a month. And I'm like, well, do it. Stop sitting here texting me being like, I can be so much better than you. Do it. Prove
Yeah,
it
go
to
on
me.
then. Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, so I just really smashed it out the park with working with more brands because that just motivated me to work with more brands.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
yeah, maybe
And
more
I
people
mean,
need to doubt me. Like,
just feed off of it, feed off the doubt.
yeah,
And like I know you mentioned, you definitely feel like you are a lot more yourself behind the camera. So I
yeah.
guess, in this game, in the online world, like how do you decide, how much of yourself you want to share online versus what you want to keep private?
That's such a good question. Damn. It's really tricky, actually. So
Yeah.
with my relationship, we've been together for a bit over a year now, and I was always the type of like, I'm never gonna post who I'm in a relationship with. Like, it's a recipe for disaster. You
Yeah.
see a lot of those like instances where like people will be posting relationship content and then it comes out that like one partner was cheating or all this stuff, or like the relationship, like they glorified it,
Yeah.
and like it was actually secretly like this really abusive relationship, and like everyone's so shocked, and then there's people that don't believe it. um so I was very much like, I'm gonna seem like I'm really open and honest, and well, I'm always honest but very open, but keeping the things that I find very sacred to myself. So
Yeah.
I was always that way, and then I met my partner, and I had a lot of people like trying to slide in my DMs, and it was like really frustrating.
Yeah.
So, because you'd be like, I'm not even gonna respond to you. Like, please just like leave me alone. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like post little snippets where it seems like I'm with someone,
Right.
but you don't see his photo, like you don't see his face or like know his accounts or anything.
Yeah.
And then I realized I'm in such a healthy relationship. I trust him wholeheartedly. Like, I know he wouldn't be dumb enough to do anything.
Mm,
So I was
mm.
like, I'm s- I'm so thankful and grateful that I get to have such a great relationship, that I do want to share this with people because I'm genuinely so happy. I'm
Yeah.
about to cry. But
Oh, here we go. We made it happen.
no, like, it's like I've had horrible past experiences, especially
Yeah.
just before him. Like, I went through a really traumatic experience. Um, and I feel like if I've always had the thought process of, if I am open and honest and raw online, then maybe other people that are going through other things, like going through similar things, or are feeling down and feel like a certain something isn't going to come around to them and just don't have
Mm,
hope, maybe they'll see me and hear my story or feel connected to me, and it'll give them some type of hope.
yeah.
Because I was so like, I've never been into marriage. I was like, I'm not gonna have kids, like I'm not gonna get married. But now with my partner, I'm like, oh, we're getting married. We're gonna have a family. Like, it's happening. You're stuck with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes it
Yeah.
just takes that one person to change all your perspective, right?
Yeah. So I feel like you need to feel very secure with what you are
Yeah,
showing online. Because at the end of the day, people are only seeing what you're showing. They don't know all the details. So why, like, if people are saying something about your relationship, they don't know everything about your relationship. They don't know your details. Why are you going to listen to them?
yeah, yeah. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. But it's like you said, you've got that security, you've got that safety, and that reassurance in the person that you found, and you've gone from happily never married to where's my ring.
Yeah. I got a promise ring. So
Oh, okay, dope, dope.
yeah.
Halfway there.
Yeah, exactly. We have a very, like, we've talked about like the timeline.
Yeah.
And we're both very like on the same page of like we're waiting this certain amount of time before we get
Yeah.
engaged. And then I'm like, I want to be engaged for a hot second. Like I
Okay.
want to enjoy being a fiance. Like I want to enjoy being your girlfriend. I want to enjoy being your fiance. And then I can be your wife. Like,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
yeah.
That's it's so funny, like, I feel like my wife said the same thing. She was like, "I wanna be engaged for a while," and then we got married probably we were married almost a year to the day we got engaged. It was
Your guys' wedding was so like I'm not gonna lie, when I saw the photos in the video, I teared up. I was like, because your relationship was something that I would always watch and just be like, I want what they have.
Yeah. Hey, it wasn't always easy, but, like, I found my person that I was like, "Yeah, we're getting married. Yeah, we're having
Yeah,
kids." Just like that.
period.
So, yeah, you have that. You have that. But actually kinda on what you said earlier around, like, how you want to, I guess, be present for
Mm.
people. Like, you've spoken so publicly about your identity and, who you are and what you go through in life and everything like that. As someone who is queer, as someone who is neurodivergent, as someone who is indigenous, like, do you ever feel pressure to represent more than just yourself when you're online?
Yeah, without a doubt, like when you have any type of label that's not the label that everyone holds,
Mm,
and you are very vocal and proud that you have this label, you do then have eyes on you. And it's like,
yeah,
but what you say is a matter of fact, or like what you say is the views and opinions of everyone that holds that label. When that's not the case, like my views and opinions and beliefs are completely different to anyone else. If I am supporting one thing, I don't expect my cousin to like support the same thing. And to lump us into like a box of like, well,
yeah.
this person believes in A, but this person believes in B, like you can't then listen to like this isn't making any sense. I am so sorry.
No, I get what you mean because it's kinda like an example I can think of is like, when the war in Israel and Gaza took off a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
I had a friend who was in Israel when the first, kind of bombs started dropping. And obviously, herself being Israeli, and kind of being in that situation in real time, whereas we're just seeing it on social media, like she's living it. Obviously, she has one perspective and one view on the whole thing, but then, like, I've got other friends who are on the other
Mm,
side of the internet who have their thoughts about the regime in Israel and all of that, and they've taken a very clear side on the
mm.
Palestinian side, and it's like, well, hang on. I've got people on both sides with very valid arguments for both things. But like, yeah, it does get like that where kind of it's really interesting how people kind of want to lump you into something
Yeah.
because maybe someone you're connected with believes one thing or another.
When it comes to issues like that, I don't think you can sit on the fence.
Yeah,
There are children being murdered. Like
100%.
I'm that's something that I can't just be like, it doesn't affect me, or like I don't believe in genocide. I'm First Nations. Genocide happened to us.
Yeah, 100%.
These people are in need. So I feel like that really shows my stance on that stuff without getting too deep into it.
Yeah,
I'm never going to talk about topics where I do not feel educated enough to talk about them. Like I
facts, yeah.
like the Palestine and Israel stuff. Like I don't feel educated enough to talk on it.
Yeah,
I I do know enough to feel like I have an educated stance to know where I stand, but I do not feel confident enough to speak on it.
mhm,
Um,
yeah.
And I even have that viewpoint when it comes to Indigenous stuff. Like, if I do not feel confident in publicly speaking about it and like knowing exactly where I stand and knowing exactly about the situation, I most likely won't talk about it. There have been
Mm,
times where I've spoken about a situation where I thought I was educated, but I wasn't as educated as what I thought I was.
yeah.
And like someone has gone, hey, like there's actually this, and I went, and I've taken complete accountability, and I'm like, yep, that's really understandable. I hear
Mm,
you. One thing that I do think is very important too when it comes to very sensitive topics like that, being aggressive in those conversations don't really work, because like if someone
yeah,
isn't educated on something, coming at them with aggression will never, like, they'll never hear you. But
for
if you
sure.
come at, yeah, if you come at them with, hey, like this is the facts, what you're saying isn't really factual, like here's resources that prove these facts. Have, like, I don't care what your opinion is, but here's the information to have educated, informed opinion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
No,
people
I know.
these days look on social media and they're like, oh yeah, this is facts, and don't
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
check.
Yeah,
So,
it's like the account with the loudest noise is all of a sudden the
yeah,
source of truth. But you're right, because like I always say, like, to completely 100% disagree with someone, you have to fully understand their point of view. Like
yeah,
you have to know what they know to essentially
yeah,
be like, "Oh no, I disagree with you." Right? So like,
yeah,
yeah, I completely understand that.
yeah.
And I think some of that kind of leans into, how you present your authentic self, online, and especially when there's so much like content that it can feel very curated. It's like, what does that kind of like authenticity sort of mean to you and how you present yourself?
I think the number one thing with social media is always to be authentic,
Mm,
because if you're not authentic, well, one, you can like forget things. Like if you're being fake online, you can forget things about your personality, and then people are going to be like, wait,
yeah.
this isn't lining up. Or like it gets exhausting too.
Yeah.
Like you think of it like masking in a sense, like it's nowhere near the same, but it's trying to keep up with things, trying to remember things. You always have to put yourself in a different mindset to present it.
Yeah.
Which there are some people out there that are great at doing that, but most people aren't. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you see on online, like it will, the truth will always come out. Like we are seeing so many content creators being outed for being horrible people, and
Yeah.
it's like, but why are we making all these horrible people famous and like getting all these followers and stuff like that? And I'm kind of going off on a tangent because it's something that really frustrates me. It's like I know so many amazing content creators that just can't get a leg up. Like they're kind of just like stuck in this plateau.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there are other content creators where they just skyrocket out of nowhere, or they slowly, aggressively build a following, and they are either like horrible people, or they earn like the fame and attention makes them like not the best people.
An extension of that is, what is maybe the hard part of content creation? What do people think looks easy, but it's actually quite difficult?
Yeah, I definitely think like like there are content creators where their content isn't hard to make. And
Mm,
we actually saw, I think it was at one of the TikTok awards, I think it was like the last one, where they were like asking if, like the interviewer was asking these TikTokers if they think their job's hard. And there were TikTok creators that were like, it's not hard. And then there were some that were like, it's hard. Like, it's so hard. It's harder than most people's job.
yeah.
And people really ran them into the ground for that, which fair point. Some of them is like run them into the ground because the shit that they make isn't that hard to make.
Yeah.
But there are content creators where it takes a lot of time and effort, money that like a lot of content creators put their own funds into it. Like you do not typically straight away get funds from somewhere else to fund this.
Mm.
Um, this is really niche and nerdy, and I'm only saying this as an example because my partner's so nerdy. D&D. There are a lot of content creators that do D&D and like they put in like they do this whole immersive role play and they have all these figurines and stuff for
Wait,
their
you mean like Dungeons and Dragons?
yes,
Right,
Dungeons and
right, right, right.
Dragons. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
they have the smoke machines, they have the sound effects, like that takes time. That's difficult. Like it's immersive. It takes time, talent, and everything. Whereas
yeah.
like there are other content creators where it's like they're just sitting down trying on the newest foundation and giving it a review. And that's not hard.
Yeah, yeah.
So it depends. I think it's really unfair to say that it isn't hard or it is hard, especially to there's a lot behind the scenes. Like it's
Mhm.
not just setting up filming, you've got to edit it, but also if you're making content for a brand, um, it's different for each brand of like the process, but basically they'll either come to you with like what they want, like the video, or they're like, do you have any ideas? Like, what are your ideas?
Mm.
And then you'll go execute it and you'll send it to them for review. And sometimes they can like come back 5 times of you at like making these fixes and being like, actually, we want this, or can you add this? So
Yeah.
it's a long, dragged out process. And then two, being a content creator, brands, if you don't have a crazy amount of following, it can be quite, they don't take you seriously. They don't want to pay you. Or they think
Mm.
if we send you products, that's payment, which
Right.
I I have to talk about this because it is something that I didn't know that really freaked me out. When you take products for payment to make content, to promote whatever, you have to be really careful because sometimes it depends on how much you're being given, the value and everything. Sometimes you have to pay tax on that.
On the product?
Yeah, so because you know how when you get paid, you pay tax?
Yeah.
It's that the product is payment. So you then would have to like pay tax for that. I mean, I've never gotten to the point where I've had to worry about that, thank God, because that would do my head in.
Yeah.
But
So,
there's a lot of legal stuff that's tricky.
yeah, so that's crazy. If they give you like a commercial quantity of product, you that's insane.
Yeah. So like I've been sent like face masks. One company, they sent me 2 face masks and a serum.
Mm.
And in that financial year, I didn't make enough money, even like with the product that I was sent, to pay tax on that type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
So it wasn't a stress for me. Recently, mm, I have been sent, I don't know if I should say this, but like it's going to be a little gloaty, but like I need to shout this brand out because they said we're sending it to you without any expectations. So they sent me a Korean barbecue table
Yeah.
and it wasn't for videos or anything. This is just purely out of the goodness of their heart. Like my dog, my baby, she had to have a life-saving operation.
Yeah.
Uh, and so I was planning on buying this Korean barbecue table because I've wanted one for years. And like a brand started selling it in Australia and I'm like, I need to get my bloody hands on it. Like give it to me now. And I was basically that month being like, yeah, I'm gonna bite the bullet and buy this table. then the stuff happened with my dog, and I ended up in, I think it was 15K of debt. Uh,
Yo.
yeah, to like basically save her life because she had a bulging disc, and because the pain's so much, and there's nothing other than like surgery to fix it, I would have had to put her down because she just can't
Mm.
live in that pain. So, and the X-ray was 3K alone for the
Yeah, wow.
MRI, which ooh, was intense, but I still haven't recovered financially from that. I'm still paying it off, and I love this brand. I always kiki with them. I send them messages. I interact with them, which also pro tip, do that with brands that you really love and want to work with, because even if they don't interact back, they'll see that
Yeah.
and they go, this person actually enjoys like our product, and they're more likely to want to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they messaged me asking me like, "Oh, have you grabbed a table yet?" And I told them the situation, and they're like, "We have two dash hounds ourselves. We understand, but bills, we're gonna send you this table for free. We don't expect you anything from it." And I'm like, I am going to promote the shit out of this now. Like they don't expect anything from me, but like I am gonna be their rep person. I'm gonna post them nonstop. It's a free plug. I am so sorry.
That's
I'll
that's all good.
Next time you're in Brisbane, we can have Korean barbecue on the table, and that can be the payment for this little plug.
Bet.
So it's BBQ plug. So yeah, BBQ plug. They're
Yo,
amazing.
shout out BBQ plug just for
Yeah,
supporting you in a time of need, first and foremost.
yeah. I
Yeah.
still I like every time I think about it, I well up in tears.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like I am curious, on the brand side, like, what was your first brand collaboration like and what did it teach you?
I don't think I really remember, because when I first got into content, I'm sure quite a lot of people can relate to this too. If they have somewhat of a following, you'll have friends message you and be like, "Hey, we would love for you to be like an ambassador or whatever." And they're like, "We'll give you a discount to buy the purchase or buy the product, and you
Yeah.
promote it and whatever." That's a scam. Don't do it. When I was first doing it, like we didn't know of all this stuff and I fell for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But my big thing is, if a brand comes to me, I the product I have to be sent. I'm not getting I'm not paying for that. If
Mhm.
there's anything I need to buy for the video, they then have to pay me for that, and I will charge them a fee. And you're not getting my work for free. Like I am putting time and effort
Yeah.
into this. You're going to pay me. I don't ask for a lot. It's just buy like enough for me to buy a meal. Like it's
Yeah, yeah,
very
yeah.
small, but I think one of the first ones was like some jewelry. But the first one where I actually got paid, I think it was BB Go.
Okay.
Yeah. And that taught me a lot. Like I had to sign a contract. Honestly, it's good to sign a contract. You have to read them though. If they are talking about, I think there was one that I almost signed that would have like absolutely screwed me. Perpetuity they had in there. And so basically
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah, yeah.
it was like, we can use your videos, your likeness, your voice for the rest of time and you can't do
For
anything
life.
about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And with AI, that's a big issue. Like I could make one video for them, but then they can make thousands of videos afterwards and not pay me for that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's some companies are amazing, but most of the time companies, if they can get over you, they fucking will.
Yeah. It's real, like, they'll chew you up and spit you out just as quick as they found you, right? It's yeah.
Yeah. And like they'll act all nice and be like, "Oh, you're so amazing. Like you're going places." Like and like really feed your ego and then be like, "We're gonna take your soul now. Like,
Yeah. Yes, we own your name, image, and likeness. Thank you. It's
yeah. So like definitely read your contracts.
for sure. And I mean, speaking of lessons learned, what did you learn from being around other creators as part of the Meta Creators Program?
See, the Meta Creators program was, I feel like, different to anything else because it was all like First Nations. So we already had this like bond and like connection to each other. Like we
Yeah.
are like family. Like I still message most of the people that I went to that with. Like I love them like my brothers and sisters. And I don't feel like you could really have that when it comes to, say, if it was like a bunch of white people. That sounds so bad. I'm so sorry. But like if it wasn't like a cultural thing, because that's really ingrained in our culture, is like to be
Yeah.
supportive, be there for each other. But we did go to a creators event, and some of us went to multiple events after the fact,
Hmm.
and it was really interesting. Like I got to meet my favorite content creator, Ginny. I was like, she's probably going to be like different in real life, but like I just need to tell her that I love her stuff. Like my mom and I watch her stuff, and I went up to her and I'm like, I just word vomited, and I'm like, oh, I love you so much. My mom and I watch you. Like you're amazing. And she was the nicest, sweetest person ever. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't have that interaction with her, I would probably be like, like so many big content creators are like really evil.
Yeah.
But she's amazing. Her best friend, Bridie, is so sweet. I really stepped in it when I met Bridie because Bridie's just like, oh, hi, I'm Bridie. And my dumbass was just like, I know. I know as in like, I watch your stuff, I follow you, not, I know who you are. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just, I feel so, I look back, that's something that keeps me up at night. Like, when you're trying to get to sleep, I just think about that and I'm like, but yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess like there is that notion of, I guess, being in the supportive environment, but how do you sort of handle, I guess, comparison, especially when you're seeing like other creators, not only in and around your immediate environment, but even just online? And, because at the end of the day, you're all trying to,
Mm,
yeah, go viral or,
yeah.
and share your work. So, like, how do you handle that?
Uh, I don't know, cause I don't think I handle it. Cause like I definitely compare myself. Like I didn't really see a lot of like my style of cooking stuff, like Chaos Kitchen. Like I didn't see a lot of people just like messing it up, doing
Yeah.
whatever, and it was chaotic. Like I saw a lot of clean cut, chefy vibes. And then when I started making that content, I started seeing, probably because like the algorithm's like, yeah, this is what you like because you're posting it. Let's push this onto your For You page. And so I
Yeah.
started seeing it more, and like I'm seeing all these people like get thousands of likes and thousands of comments, and I'm like, well, maybe I'm not as entertaining. Maybe I'm not that funny. Like at the start, I had really good interaction with people. Like I would get a lot of comments and stuff, and then later on, I wouldn't get as many, and I would get in my head about it. And
Yeah.
I still compare myself. Like I feel like it's a natural thing, especially
Yeah.
when you're so critical. But again, as long as I enjoy it, I shouldn't care about if I'm getting like 100 likes. I don't. One thing that's really good, and I saw it today, is people say like 10 likes isn't a lot, but imagine 10 people coming in and saying they like your outfit. Like
Yeah.
that would change like how you felt. Like you could be so insecure, but if 10 people said, I love your outfit, You'd be like, "Damn, I must look fucking hot."
Did it
Like,
change your day? Yeah.
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 Um, or like someone the TikTok I saw, they were like, "Oh yeah, but imagine 10 people beating your ass." Like it's a big difference. And I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I don't even want one person beating my ass."
Yeah. And I know you kind of mentioned at the beginning, like, you're in this season, you were feeling a little disconnected, and what would you say is like helping you, I guess, overcome that?
I it sounds so shit because I'm very much someone that I don't want to center myself around a man, you know? Like I don't want to be my man, my man, my man, but he I feel again like he just grounds me in a way. Like I found myself again from him because like I used to be so into like anime, like that nerdy stuff, and then going into high school I got bullied for it. Like it wasn't
Mhm.
cool like it is now. So like I just shoved that in the back mirror, like I didn't consume it. Like I really
Yeah.
wanted to get into gaming when I was younger. Like I had Xboxes, PlayStations, but that wasn't cool. So I was like, yeah, not doing that. But my partner, like, he is just so nerdy and unapologetic about it. And it inspired me to like get back into that. And I saw him doing, like, he streamed for a little bit. He was doing Twitch and he was doing so well. And I was just like, I was inspired to get back into it because like seeing him do it and he enjoyed it so much, and it reminded me of when I first got into content creation, and I'm like, I miss that.
Yeah.
And then like I'm like, but we can make content together. So yeah, like I feel like I have an anchor to anchor me when I get very overthinking, overwhelmed, very chaotic, and like I can't do this, like I need to stop. I have an
Yeah.
anchor to go, breathe. You're doing amazing. I'm proud of you. You're smashing it. Stop looking at what other people are doing. Focus on what you're doing.
Hell yeah. And like it's great when you've got someone to kind of remind you of how great you are
Yeah.
and to back you up. And I wholeheartedly agree. You are fantastic. So I can't wait to see what you're cooking up and what's coming next. Do you ever see yourself going into any other areas of media or entertainment or anything like that?
See, I love everything. I am a whore when it comes to creation. So
Yeah.
the only thing that I will probably never step foot into is music because I can't sing. I Mm, I can't play any instruments. Like the closest I'll get into music is dancing because I done dancing all throughout high school. So
Yeah.
anything creative, I'm like, give me. I
Yeah.
need my hands on it.
No, that's fantastic. Shania, it's been so great talking to you. It's been amazing having you on the show. What we're gonna do, every guest that comes on the show, I ask them the same three questions. It's a bit of rapid fire, so don't even think about it. Just first answer that comes to your head, okay? You ready for this?
Yeah,
All right. What is one thing you would do again?
the meta program.
Yeah.
It really just changed everything. It Without that backing, I don't think I would be so confident.
Perfect. Perfect. On the flip side, what is something you would never do again?
Tell people opportunities that I've gotten before doing the opportunity because things can fall through really quickly.
Hmm. Don't want to jinx yourself, right?
Yeah, I've jinxed myself too many times.
That's fair. And finally, what is one piece of advice you wish someone gave you at the start of your journey?
Fuck it.
Hell
Fucking
yeah.
do it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Like,
Ab-
that's the first thing that comes to my head. I'm like, just fucking do it.
Yeah. And like I used to work for someone who would say, do it fast and do it wrong and
Yeah.
just get it done.
Yeah. You can always you can always learn your style later on. Just
Yeah.
get to it.
Yeah, that's it. And I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love you, Shania. Thank you so much for coming onto the show. Let the people know where they can find your work. Let them know what it is, where it is.
All my handles are Shania 19 Rose, so just look that up and I'm sure you'll find me. I'm quite
Absolutely.
literally on everything.
Perfect. And well, as always, we put all the details in the description. So make sure you check out Shania's work online on the inters of net. But in the meantime, Shania, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I love you so much.
I love you. And like, yeah, I feel like there's so much more that we could talk about, but I'm not trying to make this too long. I ain't trying to take up too much of your Wednesday, but
We can always do another episode.
we can run it back. We can run it
Yeah,
back.
exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can't wait. But ladies and gentlemen, for now, it's another episode of Before We Take Off. I'm Mufaro, and this is Shania. And as always, y'all are beautiful. Thank you so much.
You know what? We gonna, we about to take off. Yeah.